Thanks so much for that. So, the question that we're asking right now is the cycle turning for Vodafone Idea, and what can the company do to turn around its fortunes? But before that, a quick check on where the company currently stands. The company has reported losses for every single quarter since its merger, 22 quarters and counting. Its market share has fallen 19% since its merger. It was 35%, the market leader when it merged, and it's now down to 16 to 17%. The debt on the books is in excess of 2 lakh crore rupees, and its ARPU is lower than peers. Now, if it has to script a turnaround, these are three things that the company can do. Number one, arrest its subscriber market share decline. That can happen by increasing its capex. As we said, the company's market share has fallen 19% since the time of the merger. For that, if the company has to arrest its market share decline, it needs to invest in capex. Capex needs capital, and capital was the biggest constraint for the company. With this fundraise of 18,000 crore of an FPO, plus the promoter infusion of 2,075 crore, the company will have an equity capital of about 20,000 crore rupees, which should help the company in closing a bank funding of 25,000 crores very soon. So the company could be left with potential 45,000 crore rupees of capital, and this money will be used for its much needed capex. The company has said that 70% of its FPO proceeds of 18,000 crore will be for boosting 4G coverage, capacity, and start their 5G rollout. The company plans to start its 5G rollout and cover 40% of its revenue base in the next 24 to 30 months. And with that, the company will hope that its market share losses will at least get arrested. The second thing that the company can do is improve its cash flows by improving its ARPUs. Now, Vodafone Idea's ARPUs are lower than peers. Vodafone Idea is currently at 145 rupees per share. Bharti is in excess of 200 rupees. One of the reasons why Vodafone Idea's ARPUs are lower than its peers, and it stands at 42%, was because the company could not invest in capex. But the hope is that the company converts these 2G subscribers to higher value plans, to 4G plans, and this premiumization can boost the company's ARPUs. Also here, a tariff will help. Tariffs in India are the lowest in the world. It's 1/3 that of China and almost 1/20th that of developed economies. So while the company or none of the telecom companies are committing to when a tariff hike will take place, there is a strong case for one, and of a magnitude which is similar to what we've seen in the past, that is a 20% tariff hike. So a tariff hike coupled with upgrading its existing 2G subscriber base to 4G provides the company a clear runway to improve its ARPUs. But the question is, will that be enough for the longer-term survival of the company? And the answer here is probably not. So the number three thing, perhaps, that the company will need is some government support to remain competitive for longer term. Now, as we said, the company owes the government about 2 lakh crore. This includes deferred spectrum liabilities plus their AGR dues. The company has massive repayments, 29,100 crore in H2 of FY26 and 43,000 crore annually over FY27 to FY31 once the 4-year moratorium ends in September of 2025. Now, the Kotak math shows that if Vodafone Idea has to service these government dues post the moratorium, it will require a 134% jump in its ARPU. ARPU needs to hit 340. But tariff hikes of these magnitude don't really look very feasible or real estate. So the street fears that if Vodafone Idea is not able to meet these obligations, then the government will convert its dues, its debt into equity, resulting in a very large dilution. Perhaps 76%. So with that, the government stake can potentially go up to 81% and the promoter stake can fall to 9%. So the best case for long-term survival, perhaps for the company, could be an extension of the moratorium or at least a partial complete relief on the AGR due. For now, the government does seem to be standing firmly behind the struggling telecom operator.